One fatality after horse runs through a fence. St. George man dies in a collapsed trench. And your daily weather forecast coming up with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the days ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, Me Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Forsey. A man died Thursday morning after his horse ran through a fence at the Washington County Legacy Park racetrack. For more on the incident and the ongoing investigation, here's Alicia Lundgren.
A man died in Hurricane Thursday morning after his horse reportedly ran through a fence at the north end of Washington County Legacy Park's racetrack. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, the man was riding the horse along the track when it became spooked for unknown reasons, causing it to run and break through the fence. Investigators are still confirming details at the scene, and the rider's exact cause of death will be determined by the medical examiner.
Thanks, Alicia. On Wednesday, a 54-year-old St. George man was found dead after being buried in a collapsed trench near his home despite multiple agency rescue efforts.
A 54-year-old St. George man died Monday after being trapped in a 12-foot deep trench collapse by his home on Grand Heights Drive. The incident, reported around 12:30 p.m., prompted a multi-agency rescue effort involving the St. George Fire Department, police, and Gold Cross ambulance. Despite efforts, including hand digging and using a Vector truck to remove soil, the rescue turned into a recovery operation prior to 4 p.m. St. George Fire Chief Robert Stoker spoke to media at the scene.
We received a call this afternoon, just after 12 o'clock, for a possible trench cave-in, trench incident. A homeowner was digging a trench on the side of their home. The spouse hadn't seen him for a little while, so went out to try to find him. Was unable to find him. It appeared that we did have a partial trench collapse, so which time she called 911 and we responded. At this point, we have found the victim in the trench. He got about 2 to 2.5 feet of soil on top of him, so we're in the process of removing that soil and removing the victim at this point, which may take up to another hour or so in our estimates. But again, at this point, it looks like the victim is deceased.
Stoker said the fire department has extensive trench rescue training developed since the early 2000s and noted that trench collapses occur a few times annually.
Thanks, Jesse. Now let's take a look at your daily weather forecast brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. In St. George, it's currently 53 degrees. Tonight, temperatures will drop to a chilly 25 degrees. And tomorrow, expect plenty of sunshine with a high of 57 and a low of 28. Over in Mesquite, it's a sunny 59 degrees right now. Tonight, the low will dip down to 30. Tomorrow brings more sunshine with a high of 60 and another low of 33. And for Cedar City, it's mostly sunny at 44 degrees this afternoon and expect a chilly low of 23 tonight. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny again, breezy in the afternoon with a high of 49 and a low of 19. A Cedar City property manager is facing 10 felony charges after allegedly misappropriating over $1.9 million from a homeowners association account. 39-year-old Blake Cousins was arrested Wednesday with investigators accusing him of unauthorized withdrawals, wire transfers, and sole control of HOA funds, violations that left accounts drained and property owners demanding answers. Cedar City's beloved Park Discovery is undergoing renovations to enhance safety and accessibility while maintaining its community charm. For more on the upgrades and community response, let's go back to Alicia Lundgren.
Cedar City's Park Discovery, which can be seen here in video footage courtesy of the city, was built 24 years ago, an effort by the community that donated time, money, and work. Over time, city officials say parts of the park fell into disrepair, putting at risk of being shut down, prompting the city to consider updates. A new design for the park was approved in August, and construction is currently underway. Cedar City's Parks Division lead, Anthony Pearson, talked about the project with Cedar City News at the site.
Everybody took this pretty serious because of the impact of the community and everybody that spent time on it. And ultimately, it just came down to the safety of the kids and the public and making sure that we are able to provide a proper place for the kids to play. And ultimately, it hopefully will come together really nice.
Some of the park's new features can be seen in this rendering, courtesy of Cedar City and Big T Recreation. Additionally, Pearson took us on a tour of the park to talk about what residents can expect once the work is finished.
Right here used to be the little kids area, and right here is going to be a span of just swings that was similar to what it was before. but it will also have a canopy, shade canopy on it. And then we'll come down here and there'll be 2 different family type swings. They're large discs that multiple people can be on. And then as we shift down this way, the main structure is going to be behind the amphitheater right here. And then across the back side, there'll be a double zip line.
City officials expect the park to be ready for rediscovering later this year.
Thanks again, Alicia. From dominant wins to nail-biting finishes, Region 9 basketball teams are heating up the court. Here's Aaron Crane with your Region 9 local sports update.
This past week in sports, the Crimson Cliffs boys basketball team claimed sole possession of first place in Region 9 with a dominant 59-41 win over Pineview on Wednesday night. Dixie also secured a hard-fought 61-56 victory over Desert Hills, while Hurricane edged Snow Canyon 60-58 thanks to a game-winning layup by Quinn Gubler in the final seconds, keeping the Region 9 standings intense as the season heats up. The Snow Canyon girls basketball team remains unstoppable, improving to 17-0 overall and 6-0 in Region 9 after a commanding 86-29 win over Hurricane. Desert Hills and Pineview also notched victories, with Desert Hills defeating Dixie 63-54 with standout performances from Emily Lange and Miley Villanueva, while Pineview earned its first region win beating Crimson Cliffs 55-44. Snow Canyon's Olivia Hamlin led the night with 34 points, showcasing the Warriors' dominance as the Region 9 race heats up. Now back to you, Monica.
Thanks, Aaron. Now we'll head over to Sheldon and Marty for your favorite weekend adventure guide.
That's right, so many great events happening this weekend, starting in Mesquite.
Yep, it's Mesquite Motor Mania. Now this is 3 days of jammed-packed cars, vintage cars, rat rods, burnout competitions, slow drags, and $15,000 in prize money going to car show participants. Over 900 cars are going to be there.
It's going to be a huge event. Get to Mesquite and make a weekend out of it. Also this week there's a hot air balloon festival and a music festival all into one there at Staley Farm.
I've heard that there's going to be over 30 balloons at the Staley Family Farm.
It's going to be an event you don't want to miss. To see a full list of events, see our TGIF listing on stgeorgenews.com.
And back to you in the studio.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Ryan Forsey with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.